ABS resin that I knew had worked before in my old school. The first go I had with it was still a little bubbly, so I threw it back into the dryer for a nice route. And after that, I got a really nice, super consistent spool of tight tolerance ABS that, honestly, except for the one that isn't like super tight and neat, could totally pass a store-bought thing. The machine and the process works. It's just that perhaps my shredded ABS spools weren't really the best material to start with. But a tip that I got from the 3D process engineers was that I should try the polystyrene spools instead, since those were, first of all clearly labeled as polystyrene, but also they all came from the same manufacturer, half of them. So with that, I have the best chance of getting a usable batch of material. I had a standard kilogram spool, a small 250 sample spool, and a larger 2.2 kilogram one. That one I have taken my Microsoft into smaller chunks, but after that the shredder just tore it down into granulates, no problem. And after a bit of trial, I like really this spool, shredded polystyrene, actually started to spin really well. I got a couple of tiny bubbles in there, so the second refill I tried a bit longer, but yeah, this extruded much better than the ABS spools. I also made these two spools. This one is shredded PLA filaments and printed parts just mixed together. It's this stuff right here. And I was really surprised by how well the different colors ended up mixing together, making this really beautiful, chalky lavender color. And the other one is the ABS spools, but instead of doing just the recycled material, I used a special recipe with 2 cups strong spools, 2 cups polylag ABS, all baked at 70 degrees Celsius for 2 hours, and out came this perfectly fine spool of not quite black ABS, and it had none of the surface tension issues that I got with only extruded the shredded spools. So, how do these print? Let's go find out. I printed these a little low profile times because I had my tailors make, and as a printer I used the Excel because it has jam detection and 5 tool heads. If I clog one because my filament had some junk in it, I can just leave it, worry about it later, and move on to the next one. Let's start with what didn't work, and that's both the pure ABS and the polystyrene spool filament. One thing that I realized after the fact with all of the materials is that I should have dried them more. So occasionally I got these little steam pockets in the filament that would be too big to fit through the extruder, and the Excel would send me a notification and be like, a little help here please. But on top of that, I think the polystyrene spool material, it didn't clean the filament as well enough, and that ended up creating an unmeltable residue that would clog the nozzle. The thing is, more aggressive solvents that would clean off the labels are hard to use with that styrene material because they also start dissolving the spool itself, so you end up mixing it all together. But even for the bit that did print, the material looks brittle and dry, for lack of a better word. It might just be that these spools were already made from a recycled low-grade material. Because honestly, for a spool, it just really doesn't matter all that much. On the other hand, the filament made from the ABS spool did look a bit better. I used the start of the filament where it has still extruded smooth, and that managed to print this much until the filament got slacked. Not the best result, but the material itself seems a lot more promising, and with a little more drying, it could totally be usable. But the 50-50 mix of virgin ABS and recycled spools is where things really started coming together. This stuff was much more consistent to extrude and printed really well. I think adding this much fresh material is a good sweet spot to still make use of a considerable amount of old shredded plastic, but then push the material properties towards an area where you know it's actually going to be usable material too. And what should be absolutely